It's good to see us, isn't it?
Hi, everybody. I know this is not the faces that you're used to, but I'm Grace. I am Tristan's wife, and this is Katie.
I'm Trevor's sister.
Not wife.
Not
So
wife.
let's just make that very clear.
And we are cousins.
Yes. And
Just
that's...
to make the family tree make sense.
Because I know you all care so much. Okay, I don't know if anybody can guess what we might be talking about today, but it's our favorite topic.
And it's not the boys' favorite topic, hence why we are here.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
And not them. But this is relevant to their podcast, you know?
Yeah, the movie world in general.
It needed to be talked about.
It did.
So we volunteered to talk about it. So they didn't have to go see it, and they don't have to spend their time talking about it.
Exactly. I'm going to make Tristan see it at some point, but...
I don't know if Trevor will go see it. I feel like he liked the first one. He's not a musical guy. Doesn't really vibe with musicals. They've talked about
neither does
his hate
Tristan.
for Greatest Showman many times. So
yeah, what did Tristan say when we were listening to the music this morning? Mind numbing, I think is the words he used.
You could tell he was trying to
missed his exit because he was trying to tune it out. Yeah. So that's why we're here.
Yeah.
And we're excited to be here.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Wicked for Good. Well, just Wicked in general, but specifically the new movie that just came out. We saw it last night.
It was so fun.
And it was so fun. But first, let's introduce our drinks.
Oh, yeah. Swig. So not a sponsor.
We went to Swig because they had specific, limited edition drinks for Wicked. And
is that not so fun?
I don't know if you can see on the camera, but they're probably sparkly.
Can't. Maybe they'll zoom in post. Zoom in post, Trevor.
Yeah. But we were going to do a taste test, but we got impatient. So we've already tried them. But
it is good.
The Glinda one, I don't actually know what the name of it is, but it's a pink lemonade, essentially.
Yeah, mine's, I think it's Mountain Dew. Also not a sponsor, but delicious. It's called the Emerald Elixir, which if you've seen Wicked or you know Wicked, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so we thought it was fitting. And so we put them in these fun jars so you could see.
And because we're girls and we like our sips. So.
Yeah. Okay, we want to talk about a couple things other than just the movie. And just how we came to love Wicked and to prove that we're not bandwagons just because of the movie.
Well, and I feel like a lot of my opinions about the movie have to do with my background with Wicked.
Yes.
So we want to get that out of the way first, so that way
when
you're listening to our opinions, you're not you have some reason as to why we think the things that we think. So, Katie, you go first because yours goes a little bit farther back than mine.
Yes. So I tried to find the actual, but basically, okay. My mom has always loved musical theater. She did theater when she was in high school, so she just has no musicals. And so when Wicked came out, she had seen it on Broadway in New York. She loved it, loved the music. And then when I was 8 years old, they came to Utah, Wicked did, and she took me to go see it. And I had just been given a journal because I had just had my birthday. We went and saw it in November. And I'd gotten a journal for my birthday that year, just turned 8. And I vividly remember this. I wrote in my journal, November 8th, 2008. Today I'm going to go see a play called Wicked. It's about the Wizard of Oz. And I specifically wrote in my journal using a green pen. I'm pretty sure I have a green.
Because you understood the theme.
Because
you knew what you were supposed to do. Yeah.
Yes.
No.
And so I first saw Wicked when I was 8 years old. And then because my mom loved it, musical theater, everything, literally we would just listen to the music a lot.
Which is where I
growing up.
Because at one point, the Stringhams, so Katie and Trevor, lived in my family's basement. And
story for another time.
Story for another time. But the point is that Jackie, her mom, had Apple Music, and on that was the entire Wicked soundtrack, the original cast, and it was songs that I just knew and I loved. And so when Wicked came, traveling Broadway or whatever, to Salt Lake City in
I think it was 2018.
It was when I was a junior in high school, so it would have been
Or
2018 or 2019.
Yeah.
Anyways, 2018, I think probably we went, me and Katie went together and we saw it. And again, I was a junior in high school. And if anyone from this region of the United States understands, you have to take the ACT when you're a junior in high school. And I had the ACT the next morning, and it was very like on a whim that I got invited to this. And
Yeah.
so I went, and in my head, I was really nervous about the ACT. And so,
Well, had you ever been to a play before? Like
I had been to plenty of them.
Okay.
Like, I'd gone to Hale
Sorry.
Center. No, you're fine. I'd been to Hale Center multiple times. But I think I was just so nervous that when Defying Gravity, a big, like, really finale kind of finish happened, everyone stood up.
We're all standing up and clapping.
And I looked at
Obviously,
Katie
it's Defying Gravity.
because everyone started filing out and we weren't leaving. And I was like, why are we standing here still? Like, let's go. I've got to get to bed. And she's like, Grace, that's only half the show.
I was like, it's intermission. We still have
Yeah.
like that's halftime.
So
And Grace was like, I remember you looking at me and being like, what?
I was so nervous because I thought I was going to definitely like flunk the ACT. But anyways.
So
And we've
we've
loved
seen it together. We grew up listening to the music.
Yep.
Like I don't remember, we have not talked about this, but I remember JC
what?
and Jonica
Yes.
practicing singing For Good
Yes.
for a funeral of someone, I don't remember who. We were in Idaho.
I don't know.
But I just remember that was also like a vivid memory I have of
Yeah.
the music from a long time ago is them singing For Good together.
Yeah.
And so I've always loved For Good. I've always loved Popular because that I just feel like I
Mhm.
remember listening to that one the most when I was a little girl doing chores on Saturday. Play it.
Yeah.
And I always loved One Short Day
That's-
when I was younger.
Yeah.
It
no.
was just fun.
It's just, I feel like like I was saying, our like opinions on it and stuff come from the fact that for a long time we have loved not only the music but also the actual like musical on stage.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's get into the movie.
Yeah, we have we've been trying to like
Formulate
a lot of our thoughts
Yeah.
for this, but
Yeah.
we've talked a lot about it. Obviously, you can't help it. The little movie chat after the movie, after you go see movies, like the best.
Yeah.
But we kind of were thinking of kind of just like going in order of how the movie goes and then just
Mhm.
like whatever comes to our mind. Honestly, we don't have to be super specific, but
Yeah.
it starts with thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Okay. Strong opinions about this one from the movie itself. I think it's a fine song in the musical, but I had an issue with the fact that in the movie, they broke up the song so much. Like, a lot of the songs have like extra scenes and stuff, and time passes more fluidly in the movie than it does on stage. But this song specifically, I felt like they were really,
really was
jamming it full of
stretched.
extra scenes and extra like dialogue. And it's supposed to be a song that kind of like catches you up on what's happening, but I don't know.
I just love, I mean, the part when Linda sings, like, she kind of has her, like, she sings to everyone, but then she kind of has a part where she's almost kind of singing to herself.
Yeah.
And, like, she has that line where, bridges you've crossed.
Yeah.
I, like, was, like, so excited to hear Ariana sing that part, and I just felt like when are we gonna get to that part?
Yeah, it
So
felt
it was
really long.
It was stretched, which, like, I understand it's a movie, so they have the liberty to, like, put more in between. And
Yeah.
they've done that the whole movie. Like, they've kind of been able to stretch a little bit. But I feel like specifically with that one, I don't know, maybe I was just impatient. I was like, I just want to hear the whole song.
we had just gotten there and we were already impatient.
Yeah.
No, I think the one thing I will say is that I did really like what they were able to do with like the like Elphaba stuff at the beginning, where they actually showed you what her like liberating the animals looked like, because that's something you don't see at all in the musical.
Yeah.
You don't see
Yeah.
any of what she's doing in like the background actually looks like, because
Yeah.
you're just in Oz the whole time basically seeing
Yes.
Glinda.
I do feel like obviously I've seen the musical twice. I mean,
Mhm.
I was 8 years old. I literally had no idea what that story was. I remember seeing it in
Yeah.
high school with you and being like, "Oh, that's what this is about." These songs. Like I literally and still even seeing the movie like last year, the first part, I still am like learning the story. Like I
Yeah.
feel like over like right now I feel like I finally actually know the whole story.
Yeah.
And so I do think at the beginning I was like like learning for the first time almost like what the story is that we're about to like
Yeah.
unfold into. But yeah, and it's beautiful. But
Do you want to talk about Madame Warble now?
yeah, sure. Cuz she does sing in that part.
She does sing. Um, I was going to look up what her my gym moment. I was gonna look up what her name is, the actress. Do you know what her name is?
Michelle Yeoh.
Is that her
I
name?
think Trevor. Yeah.
Yes, Michelle Yeoh. My deepest apologies to Michelle Yeoh and all of her fans. That needed to be a different casting. I did not love it. She cannot sing.
She just really can't sing, and unfortunately that character does have significant singing parts. She doesn't have like this whole song for herself
No.
necessarily, but it is a little hard to
Well, and I feel like
it stands
what
out more next to freaking Ariana and Cynthia too.
yeah. Well, and I feel like Madame Morabelle's character is supposed to be someone that is like she's a public figure, right? Like she's supposed to be someone that everybody trusts and that like they see and they love. And I feel like what Michelle Yeoh gives us rather is like the angsty Anakin Skywalker, where it's like everything he says is so serious. And I just feel like it took me out of every single one of her lines because it, like you said last night, it was so monotone and it was just so serious. When a lot of
Yes.
her lines, like, she's supposed to be giving you like
Like her
public
emotion,
figure.
the whole both movies, she has like the same emotion about everything. Like even her
Yes.
emotion, like talking to Glinda or Elphaba about the wizard, trying to like tell them to like no, like join us, whatever. Is like the same kind of emotion when she
Yes.
first talks to Elphaba is like, come be my student. Like I feel like it's like
This,
it's the
y-
same
yeah.
emotion.
Yes.
So
And
that was kind of hard to
that character
watch.
could be that, but it's not in the musical. And again, what I base my stuff off of is what's in the musical, and so that bothered me.
Yeah. I think that I like her look. She's always got awesome outfits and her hair's always fun. But when it comes to
Yeah.
then she opens her mouth, whether it's singing or
Delivering lines, it's just
it just didn't pack a punch.
yeah.
Did it ruin the movie? No.
No. But it missed the mark, and that
It could have been elevated. But
yeah.
she's a great actress. I've seen
Oh,
her in other
absolutely.
things. I think she's won an Oscar before even, but
Oops.
but not for this.
Not for this. Definitely not. Um okay.
After that is No Place Like Home, and I feel like let's let Grace. So No Place Like Home is one of the new original songs that Stephen
Yes.
Schwartz. I'm pretty sure Stephen Schwartz, the original writer of Wicked, wrote to put in this, and we didn't really have any expectation for the new songs. I was kind of excited, but also I was kind of like, we'll just see.
Yeah. So I guess that's something that's important to know is that there's a lot of songs that have been added or changed from the original. And when the first movie got announced, that was something that I was like, no, I don't want new songs. I don't want them to change anything, right? But then the first movie came out and the changes they made were to like Sentimental Man. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't care about that song. Or One Short Day. They added stuff. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And they did a really good job with
Just
it.
like a little riff here and there, but it was like,
Yeah, and they kept it pretty true to its original self. And so I really trusted them going into the second movie. And I should not have because they added 2 songs, which we'll get to the second one later. But the first one is Elphaba's new song,
mhm.
No Place Like Home. And it is hot trash fire. It is bad. It's like truly you can't even like enjoy it out of the context of the movie.
I think Cynthia sounds amazing, but
Obviously, anything you
watching-
have her sing is going to
Yeah.
sound amazing.
but the one thing I wrote down in my notes was she kind of just stood there and sang it. Like she's with the animals.
Mhm.
Also, this is not a spoiler-free episode. We should have said that.
Oh, yeah, no.
Sorry.
Everything's gonna be spoiled.
If you made it to this point, I don't think we've really said anything crazy
No,
spoilery,
but
but
also
there
it
will
should
be
be
spoilers.
plastered
Yeah.
on the label.
But anyways, like one thing I was thinking about is like when she's like talking to animals, she's singing, she's just kind of standing or sitting in one place singing. And I feel like it made me feel like we weren't moving forward with the story.
Mhm.
And that made it feel even more unnecessary. Like, you know, in The Wizard and I, when she sings that song, she's moving across Shiz University. She's like
Yes.
walking, she's going up the stairs and then she's going across the puddle, the little river, and then she goes out to the back and she's running. Like that song, the whole like visual of it is like
Yeah.
you feel like progressing in the movie because she's literally moving as she
Yes,
sings it.
yes.
And I feel like I would have maybe enjoyed it more if she was almost doing like if it was almost like a song she was singing while it was like a montage of her helping the animals or
Yeah.
something like that. But she's just on the street and just singing it, and I just felt like, okay, I feel like we had this momentum of like catching up with all these characters at the beginning with thank goodness, and then we go to this, and I feel like we just halted, and it kind of just like it
Yeah.
it felt a little unnecessary, especially because that of the way it halted the pace.
Yeah, and I think one of the complaints about it that I have is the fact that and you said it's written by the same guy, apparently, but
I'm
it
pretty
has
sure, yeah.
such a different vibe than everything else. So I don't know if he's just like,
It feels more made for a movie and not Broadway.
yeah, exactly. And I don't know, it feels like it, like, totally is just like blunt cut randomly in the middle of it, and I don't love it at all.
And I also think that scene when she sings it could have been done without a song.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it honestly would have been better maybe if it was just her having that conversation
Yeah.
when she reunites with the bear's name, Dulcie Bear,
Something.
her little
The
like
nanny bear that she
the nanny
has
bear. Yeah, like
takes care of
right.
her.
She has those moments she's talking to animals. I honestly feel like it would have been better, maybe.
No, I think so
Just
too.
like they could have had that moment. I just don't know.
Especially because the song, spoiler again, tells you nothing. She literally says,
Yeah,
this is a line, and I could be getting it slightly misquoted, but I'm not far off. Oz is just a place with dirt and rocks and loam. Thank you, Elphaba. What? Like, are you serious? Yes, it is just a place, and I don't know what the point of you telling us about this is.
After she finished the song, I remember thinking like, okay, like what did that like? What was the message?
What did
really
it help
there?
us accomplish? The answer is nothing.
Yeah.
So,
but nevertheless, we move on, and it was we're still having
I'll
a
just
good
be
time.
skipping that during rewatches.
Yeah,
I'll use my little.
I probably won't listen to that one very
No.
much at all.
No.
But I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
So the next is the Wicked Witch of the East. This is when Elphaba visits
Nessa Rose. Okay. They actually did a very good job with this.
Yeah.
I just don't like Nessa.
No. They did a really good job at making you really not like Nessa.
Which is...
Because she has this conversation with Bach, and you can tell that they're not on great terms.
They're not in love.
No. And she's really just like bitter about where she is in her life. And she kind of has a line, I think this is new actually. She sings a little bit about how she misses what life was like when she was at school and just hang out. I think that's new. I don't think I don't know.
I don't remember.
One thing we should clarify is
we have horrible memories.
We have horrible memories, and
we'll get to that later.
We apparently do not remember
There's
anything
a lot
about the actual story. We created our own story in our heads. Anyways,
whatever.
But what I will say, one thing I had written down. So this is the part where, Elphaba visits her and is basically saying, "You have impact. Like, why don't we join forces?" Because basically, this movie is Elphaba saying, "I want to make Oz better. I'm not doing very good at that on my own. I'm not making an impact. Who can I go to? Like, oh,
yeah.
maybe Nessa. She's the governor of Munchkin Land or whatever, or
Yeah.
maybe Glen,
Because Madame Morrible has put this shadow over Elphaba for that reason, right? She wants her to be seen as
Yeah.
an evil public figure so that way no one will listen to her. So then Elphaba's trying to go to whoever she knows that is maybe a better person in the eye of the public.
Yes. But obviously Nessa's upset at her because it's like, our dad died and like you didn't come to me during that time. You didn't
Yeah.
come see if I'm okay. Which honestly, like, yes, your dad hated you, but also like it is your sister. I don't know. Like I get where Nessa's coming from in that sense, but she still
Yeah.
is super whiny about it and like she doesn't choose to
She's bitter.
she doesn't care that Elphaba's name has been trashed. Like, okay, you're both going through things. Anyways, besides
Yeah.
the point. And then Bach kind of confesses that he
Is in love with Glinda.
Glinda and wanted to go
Mhm.
see her. So then Nessa gets super upset. She starts to read the Grimoire incorrectly, which starts to kill Bach.
Yeah, which starts to kill Bach, which spoilers. Like seriously, this is when you need to stop.
Spoilers. If you have not seen, if you want this movie to impact you in the best way it could, please don't listen to this.
Yeah.
But then Elphaba saves Bach by taking over the Grimoire, casting a spell, and making it so Bach can live without a heart, which turns him into
The Tin Man.
the Tin
What?
Man. And
Yes.
I was really excited to see,
How
like-
they portrayed him.
yes, for multiple things come. There are a lot of things I was like, I can't wait to see what this is going to be visually in this movie. And I was really, really happy with the Tin Man.
Absolutely. I will say, Nessa Rose, do you remember her singing part where she's like looking in the mirror
Yes.
in the hallway when Elphaba's doing
Before, yes.
I don't know. It felt weird and disjointed.
Yeah, that whole part,
Because
the pace of it was weird because it was like so many things were just one after another, like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, the pacing was really, really fast. But then also, I feel like because Nessa Rose because she's bitter, she's turned into this person that like no one really wants to be around. And she then decides, because she's done this to Bach, that she's going to label herself as the Wicked Witch of the East, because her sister's the Wicked Witch of the West.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's the one that ends up, spoiler again, getting crushed by the house later on.
Yeah.
But I feel like they really just skimmed over that. Like, she said the line one time where she like looks in the mirror. There's so much music happening because there's this spell happening in the background. She looks in the mirror and she like says something.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
What bugs me, and this is not anything about the movie, it's honestly what bugs me about Nessa, is how she's just like, oh, Bach, I want you. And then he's like, oh, I don't want you. And then she's like, oh, get out of here. I don't want you. And then Elphaba shows up and then she was like, ugh, I'm going to use your book to like, because he's annoying me. And then when he starts to die because she's literally killing him, then she's like, wait, actually, no, save him. Obviously, she feels bad because that wasn't her intention. But also, it's like, you literally
This was on you, girl.
You were asking for this.
On you.
And then when he turns into the Tin Man, then she's like, oh my gosh, like she like wants him back. And then he's like, I don't want you. Well, then she was like,
the back and
yes,
forth
it's
is
just
crazy.
so back and forth. It's like, oh my gosh, Nessa. Like,
yeah, no, 100%.
But she's been through it, so I guess she just is emotionally unstable.
For real. Get her some therapy.
But I mean, also like, Bach has led her on for years now, so.
Oof. That's tough. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Because he's being held captive, but I guess at the same time, he never said anything, so.
Okay. Let's move on from Nessa Rose and talk about Wonderful, the song Wonderful. So in the musical, Glinda is not a part of this.
No.
She doesn't sing anything. She's not there. But in the movie, she shows up because Elphaba went to visit her because she was getting married.
Well, I'm pretty sure in the musical, she gets visited by Elphaba too.
Probably.
But then she leaves and Glinda doesn't follow Elphaba. Because the idea is that Elphaba wants to see Glinda and tell her, like, I'm happy that you're getting married. Like, congratulations.
Congratulations.
But then she's going to go confront the wizard, um, because like it's gonna be like this big finale where she like calls him out on all of his stuff.
Mhm.
Um, but then the wizard sings this song to her about like, listen, really truly, from now on, like I know that back then I was not on board with doing things your way. But if you've got the magic, then I don't need to lie to anybody anymore, and we can just do this together. And he sings this song to her. That's in the musical,
Mhm.
which is fine because the wizard's a scummy guy, and we know that. And so him trying to convince her of these things is expected.
Yeah.
But in the freaking movie,
Glinda
Glinda shows up and then is also trying to convince Elphaba
to join the wizard.
to join the wizard again.
Because she thinks the wizard is being truthful.
But stop. Okay.
But
I'm sorry. Listen to me here. This is where I'm going to really get on my rant, okay? The point of the first movie, the point of part 1, the first half of the musical, is that we see the progression in character of Glinda going from only caring about herself and her looks, and then the song happens, the Defying Gravity, where they're deciding like, okay, Glinda doesn't care to be some savior and go out and fight for this big cause, but she understands that what Elphaba's doing is important. So she's saying, yeah, you go do it, but I'm going to stay here and save face whilst you go do that, right? Like she's admitting that like your cause is good, go do it. If that's what makes you happy, I'm going to do this and this is going to make me happy. But she understands that the wizard is not that great. And she understands that there's lying and deception happening. And so the fact that we then revert back in this movie randomly to Glinda, again, like she does at the beginning of Defying Gravity, trying to convince Elphaba to give up the cause and come back and join this group of people who are lying, just feels like such backwards character development. I mean, in the very first song, even when Fiero is like, I can't stand here and listen to them lie. She's like, listen, this is just the way it has to be. Elphaba doesn't want to be found. I understand it's not true. Like, am I crazy? I just feel like it's a
I remember watching,
random.
I don't remember this song in the musical. Like, I don't remember this part. It wasn't memorable to me. I just know that Glinda's not in it because I just know that that was something new that they changed. But I did remember watching it in the movie and being like, kind of almost getting deja vu of the last time that they were with the wizard when Glinda hadn't really learned who the wizard really was, which is why she was siding with him.
Exactly.
And so I was like, wait, I feel like kind of same thing where it's like, wait, I thought like we've learned about him.
Yeah.
And so I felt that way too. But I did have this thought because obviously this is a song sung by the wizard. Originally just the wizard.
Yes.
And the wizard is played by Jeff Goldblum, who he can sing, but he also isn't Broadway singer. And I was like, I wonder if they added Glinda because it is a full song. Like Sentimental Man is
they cut that one short.
They cut that one short, and it's more like
guys,
it's more like a shorter. So I feel like they might have added Glinda because it is a longer song, but they couldn't rely just on Jeff Goldblum to sing at all because he doesn't have a Broadway voice, and it would have sounded maybe a little too talky, quirky Jeff Goldblum when it needed to be an actual like song.
Okay, so then hear me out.
So that's what
if we're casting for a musical movie, let's hire people who can sing.
I know. I like Jeff Goldblum a lot. Like he fits.
He does a great job.
Character. Maybe we should have done like a
recasting.
Zac Efron in High School Musical where they.
Yes.
What's that? Drew Seeley? Is that the guy's name?
I don't know. Whoever lip sync.
Yeah, in the first one, I'm like, maybe we should have done that, where we just have someone sing for Jeff Goldblum. But that probably would have not. Well, he has such an iconic voice, Jeff Goldblum does. So it like, but anyways, I had that thought. I was like, I feel like they might have added Glinda because they needed a stronger singing voice. But we have more thoughts on this song specifically. So one thing that Grace and I were kind of bugged about Also, we liked this movie. Can we just say
I
that?
was gonna say we're doing
Yeah.
a lot of critiquing, but I feel like
That's what people want to watch in a movie review podcast. Is they want to
exactly
know your deep, the
the
gritty
things that
stuff.
bothered you
Yeah. But one thing,
and what bothered us about the song "Wonderful."
well, it was not just wonderful. It was the the Wizard and I, and Defying Gravity, and every other song.
Yep, literally, I think every song that was sung prior to "Wonderful" got a reprise within the song of "Wonderful." Like they kept cutting the song and like having a weird like.
Yes, they've referenced a lot of the songs from the first one.
And this is what I will say. And I told this to Katie last night. If you are choosing to take a musical from stage that has an intermission, it is an intermission, and it has two parts, right? You have to understand that people are probably going to watch the two movies that you make back to back. You don't need to remind everybody what happened in the first movie in the second movie.
Yes.
And that's what I felt like they were doing. It was like, oh, remember Defying Gravity? Remember The Wizard and I? Remember all of these moments that we had in the first movie?
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you're watching them back to back, it feels just like, why did you need to put that in there?
I feel like, to be truthful, the first movie, first act, first part, whatever, those songs are just like the more iconic. I mean, there are some iconic ones in part 2, but they're the more fun, like Dancing Through Life, The Wizard and I, like popular. Those are like the very like bright, fun, like dancing type songs that most people like to sing along to more. They're the more sing along songs. And so I'm like, I wonder if because this one didn't have as many strong sing along songs that they felt like they needed to sprinkle them in to like make you like stay entertained. I don't know. I don't know.
It was weird. It was like, when like a theater kid's trying to like show off on the piano and they play like just like the little tidbit of songs that they know. It felt like there was someone doing that during the song.
Yeah.
Like every time they like ended saying something, they would like, and you're like,
yeah,
I don't really care.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was good.
What can I say?
We said we were not going to sing on this podcast.
I promised Tristan I wouldn't sing. I don't have a good singing
We
voice.
We don't.
You don't want to hear it.
No, we don't sing. But whatever you just did there, that was pretty good.
What can I say?
Anyways, after Wonderful is, because also this was like, the timeline is so funny because like Glinda's supposed to be getting married. She literally is like getting ready to get married, and then she goes to join the Wizard for the Wonderful song when it's like,
which is why she's not in it.
She's
in the first. In
she's
the
in her wedding dress. It's like she's clearly is like cares. I don't know. I guess maybe that could be symbolic. She cares more to be with Elphaba than get ready for her wedding. Maybe she isn't vain and popular anymore. Anyways, but after that, it's the wedding, and I just have to say this: the whole visual of the wedding is so beautiful.
Oh, it was gorgeous. Gorgina. Until it got ruined. Whoops.
Have you seen Crazy Rich Asians?
I just saw it the other day for the first time.
Okay, because
not about this show. That's not what we're talking about.
Well, Crazy Rich Asians is directed by John M. Chu, who directed this.
Oh, really?
And the wedding and at the end of Crazy Rich Asians,
yes.
how it's like so beautiful.
Yeah.
I had that thought watching this wedding. I was like, John M. Chu knows how to do
a wedding,
a beautiful wedding. I would like to hire him. John M. Chu, please be my wedding.
Not sponsored by John.
My wedding director, because beautiful.
It is. It's
gorgeous.
It is
too bad that there was no bride and groom at the end of it, but also it is a good thing because
the I'm Not That Girl reprise was actually really, really pretty in the destroyed scene of the wedding.
Yes, like
though.
I thought I did like
it painted a beautiful picture there.
It was very short, but like Ariana, like Glinda, beautiful. Like I also liked, I didn't tell you this, but I liked that when Glinda was crying, she literally had like mascara all over her face. Like, did you notice that? And I like, it's like so many times when like people cry in movies, they look way too pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And Glinda, of all people, you would think is like going to be a perfect crier, which she is a beautiful crier. But I did appreciate that her makeup was getting places because I was like, That
Too,
is
a little bit
it was
messy.
it was more real, and we see that later because there's lots of crying
Yeah.
at the end. But anyways, I liked the beautiful just the visual of that. I just like that
Yeah.
is very beautiful to watch, and that little reprise of "I'm Not That Girl." I just honestly that was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. It's
Yeah.
just
It was
it was a destroyed
well
wedding, yet
done.
it was still so beautiful in there, and just her little like I just liked that emotion coming from Glinda was
Yeah.
good,
I don't know if you can tell. I'm getting so excited to talk about the next song.
which is. As long as you're Grace and I didn't talk about this, but apparently this was the one we were both looking forward to hearing
Yeah.
most.
Yeah. It's okay. It is technically a little scandalous, but we're
Scandal-
trying to use those words. Can you tell?
Scandalocious. Yeah.
Scandalous. I love me a good romance.
Yes, because the first one, I mean, Glinda's crushing on Fiero, and you can tell that Elphaba has a little crush on Fiero too, and that Bach, like you can see all these crushes, but nothing happens.
There's no good romance.
There is no romance.
Until As Long as You're Mine.
And that's when,
Okay, two things. First of all, love the little like peak of like the set that Elfie had on. That was cute. That was fun. Did not love the raggedy old yarn robe she was wearing.
it was like literally Yoda and Dagobah.
It was odd.
She looked like,
Very witchy vibes though.
yes. No,
She
it
was like witching.
It worked.
In a
It was
swamp.
realistic. Let's be honest. She is like
Yeah.
in hiding for 3 years or whatever. Like, of course she's not gonna have.
Yeah, no, it makes
Juicy
sense. But
But
I just thought it was
kind of gross.
It was not the most
It
attractive
was.
look.
It literally looked
But every
like
time she like peeked her shoulder out, you were like, oh.
it kind
get
of
it,
looked
Elfie?
like those people who like keep their baby blankets for
Yeah.
her. She was wearing her baby
And also,
blanket.
Katie said that she'd seen people saying that like, don't take your kids to see this. Like it's
Yeah,
it's a
I
little
saw
bit
a
too
post that
like
was like,
racy.
it's really risque. Like it was way, and so I was expecting to be like, I wasn't expecting like a full on spicy scene,
No,
but I was like, oh,
Let me tell you,
I thought they
y'all-
were gonna like make out or something crazy.
the
It was actually
maybe our cast, so like 2018 traveling Broadway cast was just feeling it that night. I remember like way worse during that scene. They did this very tastefully in
Yeah.
the movie. It was
well, and in the play, I'm pretty sure they just kind of like are singing to each other. They don't really like. There's not really much movement or like.
no,
I think they're just kneeling on the ground singing. To each other.
literally. Oh no! In the play itself, at the end, he lays her down behind like a bush. You see them go down together. Then she giggles, and then she says, "I feel wicked." Right, which is what she says in this movie as well.
Yeah.
But in the movie, they just kneel down like face to face, like looking at each other,
Mm-hmm.
and she kind of like giggles like that. That's really tasteful considering what you
No,
see
I
in
actually
the
think it
musical.
was.
Okay.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
But I
was
did
good.
like. Once again, it wasn't a song where they're just staring at each other. There
No.
was movement. She was walking around her house. Like it was very like realistic. Like you came home after something. Like right, you gotta
Big
like
moment.
you know
Yeah.
you're tidying up. Oh, I gotta put my bag away, and I gotta the guy walks around. He's like taking a little look at like where
He's
she's
never
been living.
seen this
Yeah.
before. He's trying to like take in everything.
So I kind of liked that side of it where it's like,
Yeah.
and I like that she was singing to him. Like it's like you get there and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're here. And then she starts singing and it's like the song is obviously her saying like, is this real? Like tell me that like we're actually here. We're actually
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
And I liked that scene a lot, and I think they sang it beautifully, and Grace and I were very happy with that. That they didn't bring back Defying Gravity and The Wizard and I in that song. Thank
Yeah. Oh
goodness.
my gosh. No.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Anyways, is Girl in a Bubble next?
No, it's No
What's
Good
next?
Deed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because yeah,
Do we want to talk about the weird jaw movements now?
yeah,
Because I think
yeah,
that it's first started with Fiero.
yeah.
I understand. I get it. They're singing live on set,
Which is very impressive.
which is great. And I can understand the significance behind that from a cinematic point of view. However, the whole like
Sometimes
their jaws, they're
they're
like trying so hard to sing.
their whole body, like
It
almost
makes it uncomfortable
it
to
takes
watch.
well, it's because all of a sudden they're not acting for just a split second because they're trying to sing. And so it's like
Yes.
all of a sudden it's not Fierro singing, it's Jonathan Bailey trying to sing
trying to
a
hit
song
that
by
note,
Fierro.
trying to make that
So there were a
sound
couple
good.
moments, Ariana
Had a
and
couple.
and Fierro during that song,
Mhm.
but it's like fine. It wasn't like the worst
No, it's not
thing.
terrible. It's just there's a couple
It
moments.
just takes you out for a second because all of a sudden you're like, oh, they're like trying to sing the song. Because most of the time when you're watching it, you don't even realize that, like, because that's what musicals are. It's like, yes, they're singing, but they're not actually, like, it's just that's how they're expressing their
Yeah.
feelings to each other. It's just through song, but like, it's not like they know that they're saying to each other. It's a musical. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it kind of takes you and you're like, oh, we're not watching a scene. Like, oh, they're singing. Like, it kind of just like makes you realize, like, this isn't just them telling each other their feelings about each other. All of a sudden, you can tell that they're trying to sing.
Yeah.
So,
Again, it's not terrible. It's just a little bit uncomfy to watch them like
just a little funny.
really try to sing.
Yeah. They could do better
Whatever.
than we ever could. though.
Okay. No Good Deed. My favorite song of the entire musical.
so
The
important.
entire movie, everything. It's like, I think, the best song that was written for it. And I was so nervous because I just didn't want it to get messed up. And they did it beautifully.
Yes.
Cynthia killed it. It was amazing.
Yes.
The visuals were amazing. Her
Yes.
emotion was amazing. Like, it's supposed to be a very like passionate song where she's kind of like, fine, I give up, I give in.
Uh-huh.
This is also when she's turning because she's just lost at this point. She has Fierro in As Long As You're Mine.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a scene that happens.
She
where
has to go
ends
because
up getting
Nessa dies.
Mm-hmm. Nessa dies. She gets hit by the house. She has actually a very funny scene with her and Glinda, like a little like fight scene, but they're kind of being funny about
Yes.
it.
We didn't really talk about that, but I really
It
liked
was good. It brings out a lot of the
It
quirkiness
felt a
that
lot
Glinda
like me and you.
and you wonder why we're sitting here today. Anyways, it was good. But now Fierro gets taken by the guard. He's been caught for like treason. So at the beginning of No Good Deed, she's trying to save him,
Mm-hmm.
ends up turning him into the Scarecrow, but she doesn't know that. So
Yeah.
she thinks that she's just lost him and that he's died.
Couple notes on this. So if you go to the Broadway soundtrack and you press play on No Good Deed, it starts out with Elphaba saying Fierro, but in the movie, it's actually Glinda who says Fierro, because when he was being taken away, Glinda yelled it, which I kind of like that little twist that she
I didn't
yelled
even
it.
realize that.
Yeah, she's the one who yells it, because if you were to play the movie version,
Mhm.
it doesn't start with Fierro. It doesn't start with that. And it's because in the movie,
that's
it's
because-
dialogue
yeah.
of Glinda. Anyways, I
But-
like that. I like that little twist.
Yeah.
And it just like shows like Glinda's feelings about everything too. Anyways,
Yeah.
one thing I really liked was when Elphaba is turning him into the Scarecrow, she's not with him. She's up in this castle in the west, right?
Yeah,
So,
one of Fierro's family's
yeah,
castles.
right?
It's a
But
thing.
they were showing flashbacks of him being taken, tied up in the stocks and stuff. And when they did those flashbacks, they did it in a rustic black and white, which I think was
An homage
to the Wizard of Oz.
Yes,
And I liked
yes.
that.
It was
I-
well done.
It was like, it wasn't crazy, like it didn't feel too out of place. Like, I don't know. I just liked that they did that.
Yeah, that whole scene or like series of scenes was actually really well done. From
Mhm.
like the beginning of As Long As You're Mine all the way through to the end of No Good Deed was like really well done, I feel like.
It was good. So that she sings so beautifully, and her voice is powerful, and that song is powerful. When you put them together, that moment is just
Yeah.
so big.
Okay, now is it Girl in a Bubble?
Well, technically, it's March of the Witch Hunters, which all
Oh.
I'll say about that is Ethan Slater did a really good job when he sings his little snippet as the
About-
Tin Man.
About killing the witch.
Yeah, I thought he's a very good singer.
It's kind of a filler song. It's
Yeah,
nothing
no.
special.
But
it's one of those songs
I'll just
that-
give him points and say I do think he was cast well.
Yes, yeah, he did a great job.
So then it's The Girl in the Bubble, which is another new song.
Better better than No Place Like Home. Still didn't need it.
I feel like it was almost even more unnecessary. I mean,
Oh, they were both equally unnecessary, but I feel like at least, like we were saying earlier, at least Glinda's moving around the room. She's, they had a scene where you are seeing when Glinda first is gifted her big pointy wand and her
it's
bubble
a flashback
transportation.
of her as
It's
a
a
kid.
flashback to her being a little girl.
I didn't love
And
that.
It's supposed to, I think, give you more sympathy for her life, but I don't feel like it was
I
necessary.
think it was like, oh, so she's always been like this.
Yeah. I don't know. It wasn't my favorite. I didn't love it.
It
And
was
I
a
don't
little
feel
corny.
like,
I didn't feel like it. It didn't really add to Glinda's character. Like, it didn't
No.
make you understand her more or love her more or like anything like that. I feel like, honestly.
No. And Girl in a Bubble is the same thing, where she's literally just saying, like, I've lived my life in this bubble trying to be perfect, trying to be whatever. And now I feel like I need to just, like, pop the bubble and, like,
Mhm.
whatever. But it was not that great.
Yeah, it was fine.
The words were not so inspiring that I felt moved by them. And the
No.
music itself was not, like,
It was-
catchy enough that I would remember it. So,
Yeah, it was. But then,
for good. Okay, here's the thing. This is when I feel like we need to talk about our misunderstandings and misrememberings, okay?
yes, we do need to get
There's
into
a-
this. This is very
There's a
important.
couple of things, and I'll go over them quickly. Katie and I had the understanding that the wizard knows that he is Elphaba's father from, like, the beginning of meeting Elphaba in part 1, okay? We also thought that Elphaba at some point figures out that the wizard, I think during Wonderful, I thought that she figured out that the wizard is her father. I also thought that Glinda was maybe a little bit smarter than she is, and I thought that Glinda was part of the plan to fake Elphaba's death. I thought she knew
Yes.
that she faked her death. All three of those things are wrong.
We don't know
Oops.
where we got why we
I
thought
think
this.
I don't know.
Okay. So basically, we were talking about this and we're like, did they change the ending because all those things were wrong? And so then I looked up on YouTube last night. I found someone had recorded the entire Broadway play and I watched
The
those
ending.
scenes to
Mhm.
see if the ending is the same. And it is the same as the movie, which means that we are wrong. Or whoever came to Utah, that traveling
Again,
cast in 2018,
that really feeling it during
they might have
they might have changed
they
it.
might have changed it.
But the point being is that I couldn't enjoy the end of the movie the way that I wanted to because there were things in it that I was like, that's wrong. That's wrong. Glinda knows
Mhm.
that Elphaba faked her death. She knows that she's still alive. Anyways, but we need to talk about For Good.
Yes. So let's talk about For
Okay. For
For
Good.
Good.
For Good. I cried a little bit. I wasn't sobbing my eyes out, but
I
I don't
really
normally get
thought
emotional.
I thought I was because I am very emotional, but I think I was prepared.
Yeah.
But I think it was so beautifully done.
Yeah. No, it was really well. I think that their chemistry on screen together just really sells you the idea that, like, they were heartbroken
Mhm.
to, in my mind, have to say goodbye for, however long.
Yeah.
In Glinda's mind, apparently, to say goodbye while Elphaba dies, but the point being, they really sold the idea that, like, this was a tragic moment for them, and they were really upset about the fact that,
Yeah.
like, they were having to say goodbye, but
Mhm.
they were, like, thanking each other, right? That's what the song's
Yeah.
about. It was like, thank you for being there and for changing my life.
Yeah.
For good.
I absolutely, honestly, what probably made me the most emotional
Mm.
was the part where they finished the song and Elphaba puts Glinda in that little
the
closet,
closet?
and there's that, it's like a split screen. It's like the closet is
Yeah.
separating the camera and you can see the inside of the
And
closet.
they've got like their foreheads.
It's like I saw someone post it like in Frozen, like on a bill of
yes,
someone. It was like that vibe, but like
but emotional and really well done.
and that for some reason and like Elphaba like held her hand over her mouth or Glinda held her hand over her mouth like
Yeah,
that to like because she's crying and I'm like I feel like that was real. Like I don't feel like that was even scripted. I feel like Ariana probably was just so overcome with emotion she had to hold herself together.
yeah,
And I thought the emotion just seemed very real in that. And
yeah. And then this is the part, like I said, where then I started to get a little bit confused because I really enjoyed For Good, and then Fiero. So then Glinda goes, she hugs the hat, which in my mind is her saying goodbye to like Elphaba and the friend that she knew, but knowing that like she was out there still, but apparently she doesn't.
yeah, so
Apparently she really thinks that she dies.
because at the very end of the movie, you hear Elphaba's voice say, "I wish we could let Glinda know that we're alive." And Pharaoh says something like, "Oh, we can't though." And that's when me and Grace were like, "Did they change the ending?" Because for whatever reason, we thought
Maybe it's just
that-
childish hope. I don't know.
yeah. Anyways, we were really confused about that, and turns out we are wrong. The movie is right, but yeah, we definitely thought that like Fiero and Elphaba, or well, we thought that Glinda was helping Elphaba fake her death. We thought she was a
Yes.
part of the plan,
Yes.
but no, Elphaba somehow did that all on her own. Obviously with arrows.
That's the other thing. So, one of the reasons that I have liked Wicked, and I've told everyone this since I can remember, is that I love how beautifully it is integrated into the story of The Wizard of Oz, which is already a story that everybody knows and loves. But then Wicked came along and it gave you this twist while not changing the original story all that much, right? Like it showed you the background, but it integrated it in so well. So you know the Tin Man and where he came from. You know the Lion and where he came from. You know Glinda and Elphaba and all of their background. And the part that kind of trips me up now, and I guess this was part of the musical too, but I just didn't remember it, is that the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz goes back with Dorothy to see the wizard
After
she kills the witch, right?
Yeah.
But in Wicked, the Scarecrow is Fiero, and as soon as the witch is killed, he comes out from like another room, knocks on the floor, and lets her know that it's safe to come out so that they can run away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I don't know.
'Cause
that
after
part
that-
just feels like now it's disjointed from The Wizard of Oz, and I know that's not that big of a deal, but
Yeah.
I just don't feel like I remember it being like that. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think of what. So basically, yeah, Glinda thinks that she's dead. And then Glinda goes and
This is the other thing that
she
I was wrong about.
exposes to the wizard that Elphaba
Yeah,
daughter,
which again,
which we thought
we thought that the wizard knew. And then Katie was like, well, if we thought the wizard knew, then why would the wizard have left? And I was like, because Dorothy exposes him. That's the story of the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Is that Dorothy goes to the wizard and is like, hey, I killed the wicked witch. Let me go home. Help me go home. Give the lion some courage. Give the Tin Man a heart. Give the Scarecrow a brain. And he's like, oh, shoot, I can't do any of those because I'm a fraud.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I don't want anyone here to know, so I'm just going to dip out.
Yeah. Honestly.
No comment. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
know how to feel anymore. I don't know how to feel, you guys.
We were wrong.
I was wrong.
But it's still, I mean, obviously the way it ended is still like
It's fine.
It
It's just not
ties-
what I remember.
yes, it ties up well, and I'm fine with how it ends. It's just for some reason we remembered it incorrectly, which I guess that's fun for us because then we got a little
It was new.
it was yeah. It was like shocking. We were like, what?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
There are a couple, unless we have anything else to say regarding like Forget, I have a couple. One thing that I've been seeing a lot of people talk about, and I brought this up.
Oh, the Grimmery.
The Grimmery. So Elphaba gives the Grimmery to Glinda, and at the very end,
Like
it
last scene talking. We're
it
talking about very,
it
very last scene.
opens up to her. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of chit chat about whether that's Elphaba, Elphaba using her magic to open it to let Glinda know that she is alive and okay.
Mhm.
Or the other people are saying that it is representing that Glinda now has magic because she is truly good. And it's the book opening to her because she has been changed. I want to hear what you think.
What I think, this is what I will say. I don't think it can be the latter of the two, as cool as that would be. The reason I don't think it can be the latter of the two is because the reason, and this is said in the musical and everything, the reason that Elphaba has her powers is not because she's pure-hearted. It's not because she's good. It's not one of those stories. It's solely because she is a child of both worlds. She's a child of someone from Oz and someone from like our world, right?
Mhm.
And that
Well,
mixture,
they say that in the movie.
yeah, and that mixture makes her powerful and has this effect on Oz, right? So I don't think that Glinda gets powers. I think that it's more so that Elphaba, as she's singing to Glinda, is showing her, because the Grimoire has like a mind of its own, right?
Mhm.
But I think it's through Elphaba that she's able to like, Elphaba singing to her is like,
Yeah. I see.
that's what I want to believe.
See, I don't know either. I don't really know. But also, like, I feel like it would be weird for them to have that line of Elva being like, I wish we could know. I wish she could know. And then Fiora being, she can never know. And then her like showing herself. That also feels like, I don't know. That
contradictory
yeah,
either way, really.
Yeah. So I have no idea. I like
I don't
reading
know.
the theories and finding people's theories. I really don't. I don't know. And I think that's the fun part is it's you kind of get to decide for yourself
Yeah,
how you want it to
where everyone
end.
ends up.
Yeah. But so that's one thing I've been seeing a lot of people talk about. I have written a couple things down that just like
fair.
just like things that
Yeah.
like people have noticed things I noticed. But first, one thing we need to talk about that I don't even know how we haven't even brought it up yet is the one clock tick.
Give me a clock tick.
Just
I
give
have a
us
clock
one
tick?
clock tick. We'll be right back. It was getting really annoying.
And okay, this
They
is how
said
I
it at least
explained
like
it.
4 times.
This is how I explained it to Tristan earlier. I almost called him my husband, as if you all don't know who he is. Tristan, I said they have a new vocabulary that they're trying to introduce in this mystical, magical world of Oz, right? But they also use synonyms throughout the whole thing. It's not like if they choose one word like scandalocious, they use it every single time they need to say something is fun or whatever,
Yeah.
right? But they don't do that with clock tick.
Well,
It wasn't in the first movie at all, but in the
that's
second
what-
movie, every time someone had to step away or needed to talk to somebody, they said, "Give us a clock tick. Could I have a clock tick, please?" I'm like, I don't say, "Can I have a second with you?" that often.
well, I was telling Grace too. I was like, it's cute and fun once, maybe a second time later in the movie. But even if they would have said, give us a moment, if they would have only said, give us a moment instead of a clock tick, that would have equally been annoying because they would have used that so often. So I feel like the writing could have been in a way where that wasn't the only option of how to say you need a moment or a second or a clock, whatever.
Absolutely.
So that was that was one thing that was kind of like
Whatever.
driving us a little crazy. Going back to where Nessa got killed by the house and Glinda and Elphaba are there and they're doing their fight. There was that point where like Elphaba kind of flew over her and she does the like witch's laugh.
The witch's laugh, yes.
I loved that. And I loved Glinda's reaction to it. Cause she was like, really? Like,
Yeah.
what was that?
Because
Like,
she jumps over her. And I mean, in like the Loathing song, she like does like the boo, right? And that was kind of the same vibes where
yes.
she's jumping over her and doing this like evil witchy laugh.
Yeah.
And then Glinda's looking at her like, seriously? Like, where did that come from?
Yes,
Like,
I thought
you're
that
not actually an evil witch. Why are you acting like
yes,
that?
I liked that.
Yeah.
I also noticed that the curtains on the house were the gingham,
Yes, they were to match Dorothy's dress.
which I thought that was
was
really
cute.
cute.
Yeah.
Another thing I saw people talk about was when Fiyero was looking for Elphaba in the woods. Do you think that Fiyero actually saw her
Yes.
or not?
Yeah, no, he saw her.
Okay, because a lot of people have been saying, like,
That's why he was shaky, because he's like holding up his gun. He's like shaking, and they're like, and then he stops, and they're like, "Do you see something?" And he puts it down. He goes, "No." And then he's like, "Hurry, let's go," because he's trying to protect her. He saw her.
That was my thought too, watching it for like without seeing all these people. I was like, oh,
Or
yeah.
if not saw her, he knew she was there.
Yeah.
Because he
But
was
I saw people saying, because in the first movie,
in
he's
front
like,
of her. She was
oh,
behind.
you blended in with foliage. And so they're like, no, she blends in with foliage. But I feel like he knows her well enough now that he would see her even though she does blend. Like, I think that's the point. It's
No,
like,
yeah.
he sees her even in.
Well, and he's protecting her. That's why
Yeah.
he says, like, I won't stop till I find her, because I
Yeah.
need to be the first one to get to her. Otherwise, I'm worried what might happen.
Another thing, I don't think this is dialogue in the musical. I don't know. Our memories are failing us.
Clearly.
We were young.
Clearly.
But there was a part where Glinda says, like, holy shiz, or something.
Oh, my shiz.
Oh, my shiz. I don't know
Oh,
what.
my shiz.
Now, we are from Utah. And so I think our theater had a much maybe bigger reaction because that is actually our vocabulary. Like, a lot of us don't swear and we say shiz instead of
shit.
the S word.
The S word.
I say shiz. I don't really swear, so I usually will say shiz. So
Mom, don't listen to this, please.
Oops. So I thought that was kind of funny. I just feel like our theater laughed really hard at that, and I think it was because we all were like, "Aha,
Yeah.
we say shiz," and yeah. And then the last thing, and I recognize this. I don't know if you did because we haven't talked about this, and this is kind of how we can tie this up in a little though. But the very, very last scene,
Very, very last scene.
is Glinda whispering in Elphaba's ear.
Oh,
And
it was so sweet.
But did you recognize that it was supposed to represent the Broadway poster of?
Oh, I didn't.
Because Glinda, Ariana, whatever, is wearing like a little white like kind of head thing, and Elphaba has. I'll show you a picture after this, but
No,
has
I
black
remember.
hair.
Yeah.
And she whispers, and it is supposed to represent the original playbill, the like
That's
soundtrack.
cute.
And I kind of caught on to that, the whispering. I don't think I recognized fully like
What it was.
the outfits matching the color scheme too, the color blocking of it all. But I think that is such a beautiful way to end it, is to reflect that. That's the symbol of Wicked that we all knew to bring us here.
Yes.
You know? And so I just think it was good. I mean, it's not a perfect movie. We haven't even talked about like the pacing. The pacing was very fast, but that's
Tristan's favorite thing to talk about.
Yeah. But guess what? It's representing Act 2 of a musical. And guess what? Act 2 of the musical, that's just what the pacing is. It's like boom to boom to boom. Like it's very, they have to do they have to do everything like, you know, like
that's
quickly.
Just what it is.
And in the stage, right, it's a stage, so they can easily like switch to the next thing quickly. Because
what I will say, if I was in charge, would I have changed things? Absolutely. Will I watch it again? And will I love it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It was
Wicked for good.
Wicked for good. If you haven't seen it, if you don't like musicals, I think you'll like this one. If not, go just find someone. But oh.
The
Oh my gosh.
Top left of the big square.
Clearly this is not
our thing.
podcast.
We just feel cool.
Yeah. Thanks for joining.